Hey everyone, it's Rainy for my first Talk to Me Tuesday of 2021. And yeah, so I signed up for a new project. Yep, I joined the club and I'm really excited about it. Gary Cool Company does a UFO club, and I decided to partake on this journey this year. I've never joined it before, which is probably why I have so many UFOs. Should have done this years ago, but I never did. But yet here we are. Um, they're doing it also virtual, um, which is really great. On Friday, I went home and when I found out that there was a Facebook group, actually joined on my I joined on my 30-minute lunch break for my car and got accepted into the group. And then on my 15-minute break in my car, I noticed that somebody had already posted. I was like, man, I should really do this. So I went home on Friday, pumped, I'm excited. I go into my sewing room and I completely destroy this place, um, looking for all my UFOs that I wanted to submit. I decided to submit 10. You can submit up to 10. I went to 10. I still have quite a bit more UFOs, but there's always next year. So I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to tell you what 10 I submitted. In this blog post, I will show you the photos that I took, so you can see like where I started off at. You get points depending on the size of the project, where you're at, what you need to get done. To get credit at the end of the finished product, it has to be bound and labeled. Those are the requirements: quilted, bound, and labeled. And the project has had to be started before you submit the project. So it can't be a future project that you want to do. It has to be something that you've already started. All right, so here's mine. UFO number one, it is called One Giant Stitch for Mankind. These are all neat and organized in my sewing room because I cleaned everything, so I'm not bringing it all out. I have everything nice, neat, organized. I've vacuumed all my thread up. I'm ready to rock and roll. So that's why I'm just reading from what I submitted on my phone. So One Giant Stitch for Mankind, pretty much it's a space shuttle quilt. It's from Kelly Fanning. Um, Number two is Buggy Ride. And in the photo, you will see that I pretty much just had this one all put together. That was it. All these were put together, but none of the sashing. Um, I couldn't wait. I got it all done. I started on Friday, and today's Monday, and I put on my last border. So I just need to get batting, and it needs to be quilted, labeled, and bound. Number three is Flame Seeker. It is, I forgot who it's by, but it's two death moths. It is Silence of the Lamb, kind of inspired thing. I picked very bright fabric. Um, Julianne, actually, from Carrie Cole Company, helped me pick out the fabric for this quilt, by the way. Um, and that kind of just started me in my journey of modern fabric and the love for that. So it needs to be finished paper pieced, pulled together, quilt bound and labeled. Number four is Serpentine Jennifer R. Notice this, still a pink with my Instagram photo. I just have something stuck in my throat, guys. So it's Serpentine, it's Tulip Pink, it's from Pinkerville. I have 4 rows done. I need to finish the other ones. It's a giant sea monster. It's epic. And then it needs to be quilt bound and labeled. Number 5 UFO is going to be Home Run. It's a baseball themed quilt. Um, and it's in cardinal colors. And I also um, appliqued the Cardinals logo onto the bottom of the quilt. So that's pretty cool. I, I stopped quilting. It's got like a quarter of the quilt has been quilted. I just need to finish quilting it and then bound and labeled. Number 6 is fruit salad. This just needs to be finished quilted, bound and labeled. These are the quilts that I had folded up underneath my cutting table. You guys have probably seen. I put them on my UFO list. Project of Doom, the from the challenge fabric. I just need to finish quilting, binding, and labeling. Star, stripes, and dots. It's American flag quilt. It just needs to be quilted, bound, and labeled. I just need to finish quilting it. Singularity ombre. I just need to finish quilting, and then it needs binding and a label. And then number 10 is this one. Jennifer R is gonna love this one, and I told her in Instagram, I was like, "You're gonna love my Talk to Me Tuesday," and this is why, because it's one of her quilts, and this dates back to 2018 when she released it, and I bought it and never told her I was making it. And it's Signs of the Times. It needs to be finished, piecing, quoted, bound, and labeled. So, this is my tripod. I'm about to flip you over here so you can see my design board, and I'll show you what with the Signs of the Times that I'm working on right now. Okay, so this is Signs of the Times. I figured since I'm at a standstill with the buggy one for batting that I will go ahead and knock out Signs of the Times. Because it was pretty much at this point, I just needed to paper base some more. The other ones are going to be more in depth, and it's going to take more than an afternoon to figure out where I've stopped on those because they're so old. But I knew I could get this one done fairly quickly, so I did. This is when the ombre fabric first came out with the metallic dots on there. I got it from Kerry Quilt Company. It's black ombre, and then the X's I did in gray, and then I wanted the big X down there to be a pop of color. So I originally, in 2018, did it in this purple, and I had bought enough for the binding, which I do have the binding. I'm going to use that because it's already cut, but it didn't give the effect that I wanted. Kind of blends. So this is actually going to go on the back for my quilt label, so I'm not going to waste it. But I had went back to Kerry Quilt Company in 2018, and I ended up picking up the turquoise right here, but they no longer had it in yardage. I remember getting, I think it was like 1 or 2 fat quarters of this fabric. I think it was 1 fat quarter, but I like that much better. It gives that pop of color that I was looking for. So yeah, I have my backing fabric picked out because this is the only quilt out of everything that doesn't have its backing. And with the UFO Club, we get a discount code on things that we need to finish for the quilt. So I actually have fabric in a shopping cart waiting for me to pay for the back of this quilt, which is going to be really epic. And well, both Jennifers are going to love it because there's little kitties on it. So cute. And I'm also going to be buying some thread that I know I'm gonna need to get everything done. So this is where I'm at with everything, and yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting 3 months, and I look forward to where this journey takes me. I can potentially knock out 10 things and get them out of the room. So yeah, I will see you guys later, and have an amazing week. Bye, everyone.